Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here with aBlogtoWatch in Grand Cayman at the Cobalt Coast Dive Resort. We're here learning to dive with Oris and Divetech. This is Zach, the winner of the giveaway from last December 2014. And how did you go through your life not diving yet? Because you love to dive. You're really into this.
I've been around. I grew up around Lake Michigan. Been around water my whole life. Both of my parents were certified, and I've just been, you know, between school and work and then sort of adult life. It's just been the biggest priority in my head, but the lowest priority in reality. And here we are.
So now that you're here, so we've gone through basically day one of learning. We've done some of the classroom session, a bunch of hours in the pool. What was that like?
It was good. You get into the pool and you get everything on, and you get 40% there, and then you're like, oh man, I really want to get into the ocean now. I'm ready to see some stuff. I'm ready to go a little deeper and really kind of push things.
It's funny how there's this really exciting thing, and then you have like 4 hours of like in class. And apparently we have the real fast version.
Yes.
Like there's a much slower one that takes like, I don't know, like 3 weeks or something like that. And again, there's all these other certifications related to this, but it's opened up this entire new world, which is amazing. And one of the things I found interesting is just how important like timekeeping is.
Yes.
And how important a good dive watch is. It's funny because I've been into dive watches for as long as I've been into watches, and now there's like this opens up this whole new world. But what's also cool is how much diving, like being in the watches, is about being into gear. Did you notice that?
Yes, absolutely. There's all the little gear nuances, everything that screws down, everything that tightens, everything that you put on and take with you into the ocean has its own preferences, its own fit and feel. It's again a lot like watches, but yeah, I mean the whole gear nerdery aspect here is plays right in mind.
Yeah, we had these booklets, like I don't know, 100 and something pages, or maybe 200 pages. The PADI,
the PADI
certification
stuff.
like lesson book, and there's a section where it talks about watches, and it's basically like most divers use dive computers, and it talks about like traditional watches, and there was actually a paragraph I thought was amazing. It said like, but a lot of divers like traditional watches, and they wear them all the time to remind themselves that they love diving. Like there was an explanation for it. Like PADI themselves had to come
photograph
up,
in there and everything.
which was great. So we had this day of like, you know, learning a lot. And then we went snorkeling because we can't go alone in the ocean.
It was hard to spend that much time in the pool and not see anything more than the pool.
Yeah.
So, but to me, it was really cool to finally see, you know, again, like having snorkeled and spent time in and around the water. Really, really awesome to finally. It feels like there's this tangible connection to all of the dive watches that we've collected and sort of fawned over these years, and finally drawn the connection to changing them from something that we collect to actually pieces of gear that we take.
Yeah, I finally understand concepts of like the diver's extension.
Yes.
For so long, I was like, why would somebody? Now I'm like, okay, I get it now. Or using all the little features, but even legibility underwater. Because like we were in the murky pool, which was really murky for a pool.
It's not the cleanest pool.
Yeah, I guess it's good training, right? And you can tell you need to have bright colors, and then you realize things that don't make sense, like some dive watches that have the color red.
Yes.
Because that's the first color to go.
First color to go.
So it turns into a nice monochromatic kind of thing.
It's really cool to see the high contrast stuff. And to me, the stuff that I really love is the domed crystals. You don't have to have a super dome, just even a subtle dome. When you start to look at it at an angle, you can actually see, once you're in the water, you can see things almost at
whereas
these
a flat
crazy
crystal
sharp angles disappears.
Completely like opaque. You can't see a thing. What was some of the harder elements that you may have not anticipated?
The pool. It's hard to say because the pool is kind of claustrophobic. You don't feel like you can stretch your legs out. You don't feel like you can kick and really get a feel for. I don't know. I felt a little claustrophobic in the pool. The regulator's safety mechanism kept tripping me out a little bit. Every time it would come out of my mouth and go over my shoulder, it would force blow or whatever was going on there. That was a little weird. But otherwise, I felt pretty good. I felt like I got a pretty good handle on my trim.
Did you feel like okay breathing underwater for longer?
What was that first second when we said, you know, put your heads underwater? That first moment for you.
I'm
breathing underwater.
I was worried about not breathing through my nostrils.
Oh yeah.
I thought that it'd be a great thing to, you know, to like, I don't know, I thought I would be, you know, you have your nose covered, so that's fine, but just breathing normally for long periods of time, you think that psychologically, you'd be like, you're not getting a lot of air, but it's actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
As long as you relax, you gotta breathe slowly,
you have
and
to
you gotta relax. I bet this whole buoyancy thing is kind of interesting.
That's
like you're
amazing
kind of
too.
playing a game.
I mean, you have a remote. You have an up-down remote basically, but then you know when you take into
Breathing's a
account
big
your
part of
lungs,
it.
you have this remote in your chest basically you're using to control. And that I really started to get a feel for that towards the end of the day. And again, I would love to get into some deeper water to sort of feel that out.
What I'm realizing is that compared to a lot of, I'll call them enthusiast sports like motor racing or being into motorcycles or bikes or anything like that, diving seems to be the thing that has the most connection to watches because it has to do with safety, a really intimate connection to your gear, a variety of gear. Like everyone seems to have something a little bit different, yet it does kind of the same stuff. As well as kind of oddly being into style.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but just kind of oddly being into style where like even in the paddy thing, it's like if you want color coordinated stuff, that's cool. Like you never see that anywhere else. You never read like how to race, but like if you want cool wheels, you know.
Exactly.
So it's been a great experience today so far. We're tired. We spent hours and hours swimming around with a lot of weight. It's like 50, 60 pounds.
And we did manage to escape 4th degree sunburns.
Yeah.
Sort of
And there was iguanas around
Northern
the pool,
California
which is great.
background.
They have green iguanas running around the pool. So again, we're here, Cobalt Coast, Grand Cayman, and we're looking forward to tomorrow.
Day 1, I think we're headed that way.
Into the water, into the drink.
Day 2, into the drink.
All right.
Yeah, awesome.